It's the NFL on EA Sports, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Jacksonville Jaguars under the lights on Thursday night.
Duval County, here in Florida. On the banks of the St. Johns River, we look inside Everbank Stadium in Jacksonville. Good to be in the booth with Greg Olson. I'm Mike Tirico. Greg, this is a passing league. You know that from your days. It's evolved even more into a game in the air. And boy, do we have a couple of quarterbacks who know all about moving their team via the pass.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see this ball thrown early and often throughout the game. And anyone who loves offensive football, this is certainly a treat. And you said it, Mike. This league has turned more and more with each passing season into a passing league. If you can't throw, if you can't generate points through the air and explosive plays, it is going to be very difficult to compete and win week in and week out in today's modern NFL.
Here is Cam Little, ready to get this thing started. And off we go from Jacksonville. On the return, here's Isaiah Pacheco. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
For so many years, Mike, the conversation was, is Patrick Mahomes the best quarterback in the NFL? And I think now, after winning back-to-back Super Bowls 3 and 4 years, it's not so much, is Patrick Mahomes the best quarterback in the NFL now? It's, is he entering the conversation as being one of the best quarterbacks of all time? I certainly am one of those people that believe that's the case. He has a chance through the rest of his career, now not even being 30 years old, to accomplish a lot of things that are unheard of at the NFL level.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
Mahomes now to throw on second down. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
They'll come up now for second down and 4. Mahomes now to throw again. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Well, I think it's pretty clear what the week's plan was, and that was to get the quarterback in a rhythm right out of the gate. You got to imagine as the game unfolds, they'll sprinkle in some runs. But so far, it's been their passing game to get this game started, and that last one results in a first down.
Now the former rushing champ, it's Kareem Hunt. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's second and 2. They put Kelsey in motion. On second down, Mahomes. Got a man over the middle, it's Worthy. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
They put Kelsey in motion. This one is pulled in. Are the feet in bounds? Yes. Rashee Rice. Touchdown, Chiefs. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg, able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
The extra point by Butker is good, and the Chiefs will take a 7-0 lead. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. On the return, it's Tank Bigsby. Now an opening past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Jacksonville offense ready to go to work for the first time. Leading them out, the former #1 overall pick back in the 2021 draft, it's Trevor Lawrence.
You think back just a few years ago, Mike, Trevor Lawrence coming out of Clemson, he was regarded as one of the top quarterback prospects of the last decade, and at times he's fit the billing, but it's been the inconsistency, protect the ball, turnovers. If he can clean up a lot of those miscues, he could be one of the top quarterbacks in this league.
Lawrence out quickly to Thomas on the RPO. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
On the ground, here's the Clemson product, Travis Etienne. And he'll work his way past the 40. He's tackled after a gain of 4. They'll empty out the backfield and line up for 3rd and 3. Now this looks like a design run. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
You could see the quarterback once he got the snap. He was looking for any seam, any daylight, but nothing materialized, and he's fortunate he got back to the line of scrimmage.
On 4th down, the Jaguars send out the veteran Logan Cook to punt. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready now for their second drive. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. On play action, it's Mahomes. Oh, no chance to get rid of that one. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Man in motion is Brown. Mahomes looking to throw on 2nd down. A throw on the move is caught. And he'll be brought down, but not before they move it up past the 30-yard line.
That's just such a tough throw. I mean, that's all arm. Being able to get your body turned and throw back across your body. I mean, it's one thing if you're just throwing it a couple yards to a check down, but in this case, he's still willing and able to push the ball downfield, and there does come some danger when you throw back across, but in this case, it's a big completion.
He was trying to get it to Xavier Worthy there, and it'll be second down. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. He's got his tight end. That's Travis Kelce. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now the first carry for the Rutgers Scarlet Knight, Isaiah Pacheco. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They'll stay on the ground and stay with Pacheco. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
This is already a little better than the first time they had the ball, Mike. Remember, opening possession, 3 and out. Showing some signs of life here now. Nice pick up there by the back to pick up the first down.
And in motion is Brown. On 1st and 10, it's Mahomes. That's taken in by Kareem Hunt.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Mahomes now on 2nd down. He'll drop this underneath to Pacheco. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
He'll get this complete to Pacheco. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
To the air once more, it's Mahomes. Taking off, and he will score. Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown, Kansas City. That his 2nd touchdown tonight. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Jags offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Slot man in motion left. A run now for the young man from Colorado. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
When they called that sweep, Mike, obviously they're thinking, let's pick up the 1st down. They didn't quite get to the chains, but I think they're going to be pretty happy with that gain.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Lawrence gives this one to Etienne. He'll get about 2. Leo Chenal, the linebacker, there for the tackle. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. In the pistol, here's Lawrence. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. First carry for the Auburn alum, Tank Bigsby. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. One quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. It's the Chiefs on top. We'll have more from Jacksonville after this. Third down, 3 to go. They'll try and run for the first with Etienne. They'll stay on the ground. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll run it once more with Etienne. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Converted twice on 3rd down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a 3rd time? Now a screen set up for Etienne. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. And now they got a 4th down decision to make.
Lawrence throwing on 4th down. And he's going to have the 1st down. An aggressive call there, but it works out as they convert on 4th down.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown. Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
That is hauled in at the 5. About 19 yards on that one. And they're in business. It's 1st and goal.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone, because it's 1st and goal.
This has been some kind of march downfield. Now, can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. Oh, a loose football. That's picked up by the Chiefs. Well, they come up with the turnover on defense. The quarterback choosing to keep it, and the defense choosing to take it away.
Mike, anytime a quarterback turns into a runner, the defense loves it. They want to take a shot at him. They want to take a shot at the ball, and that's exactly what they were able to do here. Force the fumble, get the ball back. Great job there by the defense.
The Chiefs offense ready to take over possession of the football. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll run for the first time with their fullback. Defense hoping to push him back and get that safety. He gets to the 2-yard line, but no gain on that one. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Gray is the motion man here. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. Defense hoping to push him back and get that safety. He gets to the 2-yard line, but no gain on that one.
Find yourself in a little tricky situation here, Mike, on 3rd down, backed up this close to your own goal line. I think the plan is you got to attempt to pass, but it's got to be short. You don't want your quarterback standing in the end zone very long with the ball in his hand, but this ball needs to come out, hopefully pick up the 1st down, but if not, just buy a little breathing room for your punt team.
On 4th down, it's Matt Ariza to punt for KC. And deep to return, that is Parker Washington. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Jaguars offense ready to see what they can do. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. This one is caught, and it's the tight end, Strange. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Now Etienne. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
2nd and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a 1st down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Man in motion is Brown. On first down, Lawrence. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Play action now. It's Lawrence. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there.
This is where the playmaking ability almost can be a detriment to a running quarterback. They have such confidence in their ability to keep plays alive with their legs that sometimes they hold it just a little bit too long, thinking they can make the next big play, and good job by the defenders tracking them down and took them down for a loss.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
It's so easy to underestimate the speed of this quarterback until you get on the field. They break down your pursuit angle so quickly because of that speed, so give credit to the defense. They understand it's a collective effort to contain this guy, and this time, defense wins and brings him down for a sack.
So, 4th down, and on comes the rookie, Cam Little, for this Jaguar field goal. This one from 52 yards away. Little's kick is good. And the Jaguars get their first points of the game. They trail 14-3.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
So, after the field goal, back out is Little to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. So, here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. They put Kelsey in motion. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The Jaguars have it.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. They can get back into this quickly now. Very short field ahead. It is 1st and 10. They put Strange in motion. On 1st and 10, Lawrence. That's complete to ETN.
You just don't see a lot of running backs given the chance to make those sort of plays, especially against double coverage, but he continues to come up big for his quarterback. He's going to continue to give him every shot in the world.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. In motion comes Thomas. 2nd down, Lawrence. Throw on the run is complete. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day.
Here's 2nd and 9. Lawrence. He'll tuck it and take off. Two minutes remain here in this first half. Back with more from Jacksonville after this timeout. Here now, 3rd and 5. Here's Lawrence to throw. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And that screen slow to develop, and they rally to the ball and stop them. That will be no gain on the screen. Cam Little for this field goal attempt. Officially a 29-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Jaguars cut the lead to 4. It's 10-6.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
So, after the field goal, back out is Little to kick this one away. A return now from the 4. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. 1st down and 10. To throw is Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screenplay still in the back of their head. A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Third and short. Here's Patrick, and he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Well, nothing real fancy here, Mike. Not a huge pickup, but anytime on 3rd down, you got to know where the sticks are, who's your most reliable player, and I think everybody in this booth knows exactly what position that is.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. Firing right side, brought in by Brown. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a 1st down.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
And he will have the 1st down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20. Mahomes now to throw again. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete. Travis Kelce, the intended target. It's second down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down? Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
Mahomes going to throw here on third down. And that is incomplete. Travis Kelce, the intended target. And it's going to lead to fourth down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
Butker's kick is good. And the Chiefs going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well. You're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. From a yard deep, he's going to bring it out. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. So they come to the line for first down and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And this will be a Jaguars first down. He'll take it up to about the 33-yard line. Lawrence now in trouble, and he's going to be taken down. So we reach halftime, and the visitors, the Chiefs, out on top as we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando. Check in with the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in our studios with the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports Halftime Reports. The second half, straight ahead. Time to get back to it. And for the call, let's rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Bigsby to return it. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Jaguars offense ready to get back at it. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Not much there. Maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Lawrence. Catch made right side by Thomas. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. They'll send a tight end in motion. They go play action for Lawrence. Open man, left side. He's got it. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
I love these crossing routes, Mike. Not only do they put so much stress into the deep layers of the defense, but they really allow the wide receivers to run with the ball after the catch. You just saw a great example why, and it led to a huge chunk play.
First and 10. To throw is Lawrence. The outside, complete to Thomas.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. On the ground, here's Etienne. And he's got it. First down. A pickup of 4.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass. You can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
Lawrence now to throw on first down. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Lawrence now on 2nd down. He's going to run it. And he'll get this forward for positive yardage as he covers up in the end.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
Here comes 3rd and 6. Now here's Lawrence. Now a screen set up for Etienne. And he's got the first down. A great job looking at engaging where the marker is and getting there to set up 1st and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and 3rd down conversions. Now after that last 3rd down pickup, it's 1st and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
He is in. Trevor Lawrence. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
So Lawrence lines up the Jaguars as they will go for 2. In motion comes Thomas. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. And he'll get into the end zone, doing it on his own. Successful 2-point conversion.
You just have to find a way defensively to step up there and get a stop. It's one thing to give up 6. You allow a touchdown, but now dig deep, man. Get a stop. Looked like there was some confusion, and offense is going to come away with 8.
Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. This taken at the 5. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. No dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Mahomes looking to throw on second down. That's caught by Hunt. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9, and third down coming up.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
Here's a third down and 4. Mahomes. They're trying to set up the screen here with Pacheco. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. Travis Etienne and the Jaguar offense ready to get back to work. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with first and 10. The drive begins with a carry from Etienne. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Once again, it's Etienne. And they'll stop it. At least it's an improvement over the last play. They're not losing yardage, but they didn't gain any here. And now it's going to be third down.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
In the pistol, here's Lawrence. Get this to the tight end, Johnny Munt. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough third down situation, and now it brings up fourth down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
A fair catch. He's going to call it and take it right around his own 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready for this next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a first and 10. Gray is the motion man here. On first down, it's Mahomes. To the right side, hauled in by Kelsey. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Well, any fear they might have had that they'd come out of the halftime break flat has completely gone out the window. They're not content, Mike, here, just having the lead. They're looking to extend it. A couple more plays like that, they're going to find themselves in scoring territory here very quickly.
Here's 1st and 10. Here's Pacheco. And he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. Devin Lloyd, the linebacker, there to stop him. Once again, it's Pacheco. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. They put Kelsey in motion. On 3rd down, Mahomes. He is dangerous when a play breaks down. A pickup of 18.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the 1st down.
To the left side, caught by Kelsey. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. And that defender's bearing down. You really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch. And in this case, what guys are unwilling.
To the left side in the hands of Rice. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down?
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
The risk pays off to the tune of 16 yards.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
Ball sitting at the 7. 1st and goal. Right back to the air for Mahomes. A second effort, and he is in. Travis Kelce. Touchdown, KC. Now Butker to add the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Chiefs go up by 10. 24-14 is their lead. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Bigsby to return it. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Jaguars offense ready to get back at it. The deficit is 10, 24-14. So work to do as they come up for 1st and 10. They'll give it to ETN to start this drive. He's able to get away from one man, but those reinforcements, they got there quick. Take him down behind the line.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
On the draw, the give to ETN. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line. So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll have more Thursday Night Football after this. Third and 6. Back to throw. Lawrence. He'll try to hit him with a screen. The screen works for 10 yards and a 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Lawrence. On the draw, it's ETN. And just a short pickup there to about the 44. Now 2nd down throw for Lawrence. Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away and go down as an incompletion. Trent McDuffie right there with the tight defensive coverage.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker.
We see teams more and more throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, really for 2 reasons. 1, they're confident that they can pick up the 1st down with yards after the catch. 2, teams' willingness to go for it on 4th down is at an all-time high.
They'll run for it with ETN. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield. The visitors' offense, and Patrick Mahomes coming out for their next drive. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. They put Kelsey in motion. First down throw, Mahomes. A throw on the run is complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for second down and 4. They put Kelsey in motion. On second down, Mahomes. A short one caught by Kelsey. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
So often we see a team that's milking a 2-score lead get very conservative, especially in the fourth quarter, but not this coach. He says, all right, I might have a 2-score lead. I want to make it 3. He's trying to put as much pressure on his opponent possible here down the stretch late.
And he's into the end zone. Travis Kelce, touchdown Chiefs. He's got another one, his second touchdown of the evening. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
And Butker on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Chiefs will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. On the return, it's Parker Washington. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense getting set to get back to work. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. Lawrence now. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Second down, Lawrence. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. Here's a 3rd down and 4. They put Strange in motion. Lawrence from the gun here on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the fourth quarter.
A big play there on fourth down. Good for an even 20.
Some teams just have a stronger appetite for being willing to go for fourth down tries, even on their side of the field, Mike, and we're seeing it so much more often. The days of just punting the ball back and forth and saying, hey, we're going to play good defense. Remember, the better your defense, that doesn't mean you should punt. The better your defense, the more chances you should take on offense.
That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A first down.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
Here's Lawrence. That's caught over the middle by Thomas. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
On 1st and 10, Lawrence. That one taken in. De'Ami Brown. Touchdown, Jaguars. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a two-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Cam Little comes on now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Jaguars are able to cut the deficit to 10. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. To throw is Mahomes. A short throw taken in by Kelsey. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
He'll get this complete to Pacheco. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch.
Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground and stay with Pacheco. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
Mahomes going to throw here on third down. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. So it's going to bring up fourth down.
Seemed to me, Mike, before that ball was even snapped, the quarterback had already made up his mind. I'm throwing the ball to the tight end no matter what the look is, and he's counting on the big body picking up the rest after the catch, and even though he's able to secure the ball, nice job by the defense keeping him short of the sticks.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The home team's offense make their way out to take over once more. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming, getting started with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. That's going to be incomplete. They cannot hook up there. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning. They'll try again here. It's 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
Big play in the game right here. It's 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big...
And he's going to go down. The pressure, once again, too much, and that should wrap this one up.
So the key to this 4th down stop defensively was their ability to flush the quarterback out of the pocket. Anytime you can do that, you shrink the field, you limit the quarterback's options, and in this case, he can't find anyone, and ultimately, he goes down for a huge 4th down stop.
The Chiefs' offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll begin with the football in the red zone already as the defense has their back to the wall to start this drive. Now a give to Pacheco, running right. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. A give here to Pacheco. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. This one into the hands of Brown. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So, it's a win for the visiting Chiefs. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will.